Welcome to the Canadian Business Quarterly podcast, where we speak with Canada's most influential industry leaders on the business and economic development issues taking place across the country. You can stay up to date with all of our content, including our publications, newsletters, and podcasts by visiting www.thecbq.ca and clicking on subscribe.
Combining her passion for helping people, an entrepreneurial spirit, and a background in negotiations, legislation, and contracts, Kerry Hunter brought her vision of a full-service property management and real estate brokerage to life in 2013. With over 20 years of experience in the industry, Kerry has grown the brokerage into the successful company it is today, managing over 600 properties in that time and producing top-selling realtors. While this is an amazing accomplishment on its own, Hunter has done it all while residing across the world in Auckland, New Zealand. Kerry, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So tell me about the origins of Property Solutions Real Estate Group.
For sure. Yeah. When starting as a realtor, I noticed a gap in the market. At the time, not many brokerages provided both the property management side and the real estate side of the business. So I really wanted to provide more options for consumers, as well as realtors, to be able to offer more solutions to their clients, because it wasn't always sort of a sell now time.
And so how did you get involved in real estate originally?
Actually, it was a series of sliding door moments. I had a background in criminal justice and legal contracts, and I was then sent to a position overseas and in Brunei, working as a housing manager. So I worked for a company providing homes for teachers. And I really just loved the diversity, as every home was different. Every landlord had something different to offer. Each person or family had different needs or wishes for a new home. And I really began to love that real estate process. So when I returned back to my home in Calgary, where I was born, or I had been born and grew up, I decided to start my own company with just my own personal and family property management. And once I became licensed, I worked for a franchise brokerage, but I knew there must be a better way. So at that time, I started my own brokerage, and that's when Property Solutions came about.
So, talk to us about what the business does and where you think your difference is compared to other people that might be in the space.
I'd say ultimately it's about taking the time to find the best solution for each client. And I guess that is what makes us different, in that I feel every client deserves a property manager and a realtor they can trust, and that we ask a lot of questions, finding out the short and long-term goals, as that's important in making the decision. And the market is ever changing. So buying or selling might be the best option now, but a few years ago, holding on to a rental property and renting it out for a while may have been the better option. So we're experienced in all aspects of that market, so can help guide their decisions that way.
Okay. Take us through some of the, day-to-day responsibilities. I don't think a lot of people actually sort of understand, what's going on within a business when it comes to, all the, avenues of property management.
Yeah. Well, first, I'd like to give a shout out to the amazing group of people at Property Solutions. Our administrators and our realtors are fantastic, and an exceptional brokerage cannot run without an amazing team. And they, those day-to-day responsibilities range from assessing properties for sale, working with tenant issues, trying to find the best tenants for specific properties, and protecting the properties, looking at minor repairs or larger renovations that might be needed. But by and large, it's about relationship building, working with great vendors on a regular basis. And we try to work with local small businesses as much as we can, taking care of our tenants and working with owners who share those same values. Just trust, respect, communication. It's very important for us.
At an industry level, what do you see happening at the moment?
Right now in Calgary specifically, home sales are on the rise. And this is reflective of the market really over the last few years, when in the past, homeowners who became what I call an unintentional landlord, they had a home, their situation changed, they couldn't sell it at that time, so they rented it out for a while, but they're now able to sell their homes at a good price So the home sales right now is huge. The individual residential homes. Relocation for work is another issue that's coming up. Some of the owners that are wanting to hold on to their homes but are moving out of country, out of province, out of Canada. So we work with a lot of non-residents of Canada as well and can support them through that change. One of the things we're seeing recently is a lot of outside province investors. And of course, they need good property management to take care of their investments. They're not there to see what's happening. So that trust has to be there for property management as well. And I guess we can't forget COVID over the last couple of years has been a challenge for sure. But I'm really proud of the way the team has worked together with our landlords and tenants, having those difficult conversations with respect and kindness. Yeah, and just working remotely has changed the way we do the way that we've done our business. But the clear communication is really, really an important aspect of that.
And so where do you see the business moving into the future?
Keeping on top of the market is really important as it's ever changing. And we'll continue to adopt and respond to those changing markets for our clients and their changing situations as well. Working to build our realtor team as well, and making sure that our realtors are well versed in real estate and property management so that they can offer the different solutions to our clients, and just reducing that stress for the homeowners, regardless of their situation, whether it is to sell now or maybe they're looking to invest in a difficult buying market and what that might look like renting in the future for investment purposes.
Kerry, before we finish up today, is there anything else that you'd like to add?
I think more than anything, really, it all comes down to communication and relationship building. Despite the COVID challenges, the changing markets and situations, it's not just about the properties. It's about people. It's about their homes, their investments, sometimes emotional attachments to that, and planning for the future. So every situation is different. Every person is different. And at Property Solutions, we genuinely want to listen, offer sound, flexible, and positive solutions. And really, that's what we're about.
Excellent. Well, Kerry, thank you very much for your time today.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Appreciate that.
This has been a production of the Canadian Business Quarterly, a division of Romulus Rising Proprietary Limited. All rights reserved. You can stay up to date with the Canadian Business Quarterly, including our publications, newsletters, and podcasts by visiting www.thecbq.ca and clicking on subscribe.